retrieve a table or data from MySQL, in that condition, select query is used. And in our today's video, we will be discussing about how we can write a select query to retrieve a data from a table. So let's get started, guys. If you want to become a successful data analyst and want to join WS CubeTech's premium data analytics mentorship program, then the applications for our second cohort is open. This mentorship program will be led by top industry mentors from Amazon, Rapido, KPMG and Microsoft along with WS CubeTech. Here we will be covering more than 20 projects in the entire course. We'll also provide you placement assistance in this program. So if you want to be the part of this cohort, then link to apply for the cohort is provided in our description. So apply now. And now let's get started, guys. So here I have a database called as classic models. In this we have several tables. If I open these are the number of tables that are there in the database. And if I click on this button, it will open the query for me. And the query says select everything from classic models.customers, and all the data has appeared at the bottom. If you want to write this query, it is very simple that you write simply select everything from, because I have clicked twice on it because classic models has been highlighted. I do not need to write the name of the database and then write the name of the table. So I can just directly write customers. And if I run it, I will still obtain the data. So you can see the difference between both of the queries. If you want to increase the font of it, all you need to do is just use Control and scroll the mouse and it will increase the font for you. To run the query, you need to write Control and Enter. So here select statement. So here the select query is used to retrieve the data. So if you want to retrieve the data from the database, we use select. Asterisk over here stands for everything. So if you want to retrieve each and every column from that table, write everything. We need to define from which table we need to call this data. So from, and then customers, that is the name of the table. If you change it to something else, let's say if I change it to products, it would go like this. So this is how we can open the data from products. If in your case, if you're writing it like this, still you're unable to retrieve the data. So suppose if I've written the same query, but if I'm trying to run it, it won't show it to me. And if at the bottom, if I check the status, it would say that table wsjp.products does not exist. So what I have done over here is I have double tapped on wsjp22 database. Make sure whenever you are calling a table, just double click on that database to highlight it like this so that it looks like a bold, highlight it like this so that it looks like in bold characters. And now you can, if you run the query, you can see all the values from the table will appear over here. So this is how we use select query. What if we want to select only few of the columns? What if we want to retrieve only few of the column? For example, I only want to retrieve the product name, product line and the quantity in stock. Okay. So for this, what I'll do is I'll write over here select product name, that is the name, and product line, comma, the last one is quantity in stock. From the name of our table is products. If you want, you can write it in another line as well. So if you want to end it over here, and if you want to write products, you may write it like this. It's important to close your query with a semicolon. So it's important to put a semicolon. So if you don't put a semicolon over here, it will show you an error. Make sure to always close your queries with a semicolon. If I press enter, now I only will get product name, product line and quantity in stock. So this is how we can write select query. If you want to retrieve any specific columns, you can call specific columns as well, or you can call everything from a particular table as well. I hope after this session it is clear that how we can use select query to retrieve this data. In our next session, we will be discussing about where clause. So stay connected, guys, and I'll see you in the next session. I hope after this session it is clear that if you want to retrieve a data from a table, how you can retrieve it, and if you want to retrieve specific columns, then how you can retrieve them as well. For more such tech related content, follow our channel WS CubeTech.